Hi, today we are doing a Hatha Strong to strengthen around the pelvis, especially around the hip joint. So first of all, we'll give our pelvis a warm up, take some nice big circles with the pelvis, feet wide on your mat, and make sure that you've got nice spread out toes, you're pressing down through the heel and slightly to the outside of your feet so that the knees don't sort of slide inwards. Nice wide, strong base, wide toes. Let's take the arms out, turn the thumbs up, squeeze the muscles between your shoulders, other direction with your pelvis, and hands up now. Nice deep full breath. Get your rib cage moving sideways, outwards as you breathe in. Fantastic. Dropping down, big breath in, stretch at the top. Exhaling down, push the floor away and down. Couple more of these. Breathing in and down. A lateral stretch and down, a lateral stretch and down. Up and over and down, up and over and down. A bit more momentum now, pulling down and pulling down. So squeeze your hands into a fist and activate your biceps, your arm muscles. Breathing out as you pull down. Reaching and pulling. Just getting the side waist opening, warming up, and into the hips. And then let's give it a stretch all the way through the hips to the toes. And the other side. Big, deep stretch. Very good. Give yourself a swish and a slap, a swish and a slap. That's the way. Whew. Fantastic. And warming up the hip joint. So take the weight over to one leg, come up onto the other toes. We're going to turn the knee in. So we're adducting here and releasing. Knee in and out. Do it from the hip joint. Rotating here to bring the knee inwards. Beautiful. And then we're taking the hands across the midline of the body, swishing around the waist, rinsing everything. So this is the Elvis twist, warming up the hips. Now see if you can take it right over to the other side. You might need to slow it down, take it apart, and then restack into the Elvis twist. Warming up, warming up, warming up. Good. All right, we're just going to come across to our bit of wall and switch on deep core muscles. So you'll need a brick for this. We're going to have our feet parallel in front of us. Take your bottom into the wall, the whole of your back into the wall. Base of the ribcage draws in and your shoulders slide out. So you want to try and draw your chin in at the back of your head, back of your shoulders, and the back of your pelvis into the wall. Take your brick just between your knees. And then we're just going to inch the feet forward and slide down the wall into a seated position. Again, draw the back of the rib cage in towards the wall. Shoulders slide down. Slight drawing in onto your brick. Press down through your heels. Keep breathing. Come up as soon as you need to. I like to either tap the thighs to take the brain away from what I'm doing in the core muscles, or push the back of your elbows into the wall so you get activation through the upper back muscles. Maybe even taking the hands slightly out. Keep breathing. Lifting up to the pelvic floor, zipping up those tight, high-waisted jeans. Imaginary tight, high-waisted jeans, base the ribcage in. Keep breathing, keep pushing down through the heels. Switching on all of those stabilizing muscles. And then slowly coming up. Good. Take your feet wide, keep your sitting bones against the wall here. And we're just going to slide down again, opening up these inner thigh muscles. Take a nice deep breath in. As you breathe out, just drop your left shoulder towards the right side, giving your upper back a twist, a rinse. Inhale into the center, drop the right shoulder down, rinsing. Beautiful. Round your back, so arch the back towards the ceiling, and then lift your heart center. Your sitting bones are sliding up the wall here. Rounding your back, sitting bones slide slightly down and up. And rounding and up. Good. Heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. So we're going to do a bit more strengthening now. First of all, taking the brick between the knees, activating gluteal muscles. Actually, I might take it. I'm just going to make mine that side, actually, bring it up a little bit. If you've got a second brick or lightish hand weights, take your bricks or your hand weights. So I've got a brick here. I'm just going to be pushing inwards on the brick. So this helps activate the chain here and get those deep transverse abdominal muscles working a bit harder. All right, so feet hip width apart, toes straight forward. Dropping down, first of all, into chair pose, Utkatasana. So we want to slide our hands in front of us, draw the base of the ribcage in, and just hold this. Keep breathing out, pushing down and out with your feet slightly. Chin is in. Your sitting bones are sliding back and down. Slight squeeze of that brick between the thighs. Keep breathing, holding. Like having a little espresso coffee, this wakes you up. All right, slowly take the hands down, bend your knees a bit more, and then press the feet into the ground and slowly come up. Air squats. Slowly come down. Breathe out as if you're breathing out through a straw as you come up and down. Breathing out, just focus on pressing those heels down into the ground in order to get your hamstrings and your glutes and the pelvis and your deep core muscles activating as you come up. Down, breathe out. Once you've got the alignment, you might give it a bit of pace. Breathing out to come up. Breathing out to come up. And that's it. Very good. Okay, so we're going to do a bit of stabilizing here across the pelvis. You'll need a brick to put underneath your heel. Yeah, one will do. So we want to, first of all, come into Tadasana and have a nice alignment in the pelvis. So stand with one leg on your brick. This is my left foot. Heel on the brick, toes can be off the brick. Start with your right foot at the same level, so you've got a nice even pelvis here, and you need to be nice and long and stacked. If you've got a handy wall close by, you could put a fingertip on the wall just to help stabilize. All right, so we're going to drop the pelvis, and then you push your foot into the brick in order to lift this hip up. So dropping the hip down like a seesaw, and then push the foot into the brick and lift the hip up. Down and push in order to lift. So it's like a seesaw, pressing down. We are starting to really strengthen into that hip area, stabilizing the pelvis, breathing out, breathing out. Isometric, strengthening, stabilizing. Keep the crown of the head lifting up towards the ceiling. Breathing out, breathing out, breathing out. Let's see if we can do a couple more. 1, 2, and 3. Good, come off. Give that standing leg a little Elvis twist to release. Go on the other side. Foot on the brick, even pelvis. Crown of the head is lifted, core is switched on. Standing here, dropping that left foot down this time, and then pressing the right foot into the brick in order to lift that left hip up. Pressing down, that's it. Pressing down, fantastic. Press down, and again. And again, whoo, crikey. This side's harder. And one, keep going. I'm gonna put a fingernail on the wall here. Push down, push down. I can feel all of these muscles switching on. This is future-proofing. Keep you stable, balanced. Woo. All of these really intrinsic, important muscles for stabilization, really working. And one more. Woo. Good. Releasing that standing leg. Give it the elbows twist. Fantastic. Okay, we're just going to do a little bit of whole body strengthening. I won't use brick for this. You can stand on the brick. Crocodile crunch. Starting in your alignment. Pelvis even. Knees slightly soft. Shoulders stacking, head on top of your neck. Crown of the head is lifted. Base of the rib cage is drawn back. Take all the weight into your left leg. Now activate the muscles just above the knee. So squeeze your thigh muscles into your thigh bone. Take your right foot on a 45-degree angle onto your big toe edge. Let's just switch on gluteus medius at the top of your bum here. So give your bum a couple of squeezes. We want the top of your bottom, just this bit here, activating to lift your leg up. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Now take your arms nice and wide. Breathe in. As you breathe out, bring your knee up and clap your hands. Toe either goes back to that starting position. If your balance feels strong today, take your toe right back. So we go gluteus medius again. Exhale, core muscles switching on. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, stretch. Stabilizing, standing leg. Breathing out. Good. Keep the heel of your standing leg, nice and plugged into the ground. Keep your eye gaze, it's called your dristi, very soft. So see if you can soften the muscles around your eyes, between your brows. That's it. Wonderful. 3 more. 1. Breathing in, breathing out. 2. And 3. See if you can hold this up. Hold the knee up. Plug the foot down. Lift the crown. And then drop it. Give that standing leg the elbows twist to release. Whew. Good stuff. Alrighty. Even pelvis. Foot out. Activate gluteus medius. Little squeeze here. Top of the bum. Activating. Arms out. Lift right up here through the crown of the head. Breathing out. Slap. Breathing in. Toe down or floating. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe in. This is good. This is a great whole body strengthener. Fantastic to challenge the body whilst you focus on even, slow, deliberate breathing. Good. Keep the muscles around your eyes defocused. So you keep your eyes defocused, the muscles around your eyes soft. And 3, 2, and 1. And hold it and lift it and plug it. And then down and release it. Okay, how's that pelvis going? Give it a little swirl. One direction, other direction. Come across to your wall. Now, you might need a chair nearby for stability. Okay, so stabilizing. So you want to come away from the wall enough that you can take 1 foot behind you onto the wall. And we're going to hinge from the hip joint, so keep the torso as straight as possible. Bum goes back to the wall. So this is the action. Bum goes back to the wall. Now this might be enough. You might just have your brick on the chair, the stability, great strengthening for the leg. If you can, try bringing this brick all the way down towards the ground and then pushing back up again. Just challenging that press into the ground to stabilize that standing leg. Right into the glutes. Whew. And down. Chair there for stability. And down. Hinging from the hips. Bum goes right back to the wall. Notice how if you take your bum right back, oh, it gets really hard. Oh, good. Release that standing leg. Elbows twisting. Whew. Great, strengthening. Let's do the other side. Okay, so into this, here we go. Foot into the wall. Make sure you got your alignment. Bum goes back, hinging from the hip joint. Down and up. Down and up. Down and up. Interesting how one side is always easier than the other. Oh, good. And up. Down and up. Down. Bum right back into the wall. Down and up. Let's do 3 more. 1 and 2. Use the chair if you need to. 3. And release. Release. Release the standing leg. Okay, coming down to the ground. We'll do that via a stretch. So take your feet nice and wide. Hinge forward. Drop down into your squat. You can always put the chair in front of you. Hold on to the chair. So we're lengthening into these inner thighs. Stretching here. Whew. Coming down. Breathing in, breathing out. So we're going to spin around and put our legs up the wall, do some exercises. So I'm going to come to that wall so you can see me. Gently opening, hinging again through the hip joints as you come down. Now, if you happen to have 2 bricks close by like I do, put them underneath your thighs here. You can just sit and just focus on gently pressing forearms into the thighs, into the inner knee area. Like so, taking a moment to get your breath back. Okay, so coming down onto the ground, before we swivel our legs up, take your feet out behind you. So take your back onto the wall, feet out behind you, and just let your knees drop from side to side. Yeah, so nice big 90-degree stretch, one side and then the other, like so. Beautiful. Okay, so hip against the wall. And then rolling onto your back. Come away from the wall a little bit so that you've got your feet onto the wall here. Hands down on the ground. Now we're going to push the heels of the feet into the wall to lift the pelvis up. So hamstrings, glutes are really working. All of this is slightly switched on. We want to come up on a breath out and then drop back down again. Push the heels into the wall, come up, and then come back down. Heels into the wall, come up, and then come back down. So this is level 1. If you're ready to go on to level 2, feet a bit closer, coming up, staying up, and then we're toe tapping. We're pressing this heel into the wall to stabilize, and then we're toe tapping here. Breathing out, breathing out. So we're doing a little bit of a crunch with that toe tap, and then swap to the other side. Press the heel into the wall. Breathing out. Beautiful, slowly coming down. If you've got your brick close by, place that underneath the pelvis on the lower setting, just across the sacrum. And we're going to pull the toes off the wall, and you press on the outside of your thighs, and your knees are trying to go out and your hands are pushing in like that. So we're just stabilizing here and switching on core. So little puffy breaths out. And then hands and fists, they go on the inside of your knees or just above your knees, shoulders away from ears. And then we're pushing in with the knees and out with the hands. Activating like you're zipping up here. Good. And last one, hands just here above the knees. And we want to push the hands that way and the knees this way. So the knees are pushing towards it. We might even take our feet off the wall a little bit. Little puffy breaths out. Activate through the pelvic floor. Zip up through your lower belly. Good. And slowly come down, rolling onto tum-tum. Onto hands and knees first, before tum-tum. Onto hands and knees. All right, so one more stabilizing for the pelvis. You need a brick under your knee, possibly a blanket on top. So actually, before we go on to that, just come onto hands and knees, and we'll switch on core so that we have a nice straight back. So let's take our fists underneath our shoulders, bend the elbows slightly. Now, what we're going to do is draw the base of the ribcage in, and we're aiming to have a completely straight back. So I'm going to get you to push the floor away with your fists, straighten the elbows until they're almost completely straight but not locked. And at the same time, zip up your deep core muscles and see if you can hover your knees just a little bit off the mat. Little puffy breaths out. So this is really strong, deep core strengthening. Whole of your core activated here. And then down. Now, we want to keep that nice straight back. This time, put your right knee on your brick, your padded brick. Left knee dropping down. And all you're doing is keeping your back straight and then lifting the left knee up. So we're pulling up from the back, and you're pressing down with the right knee onto your brick, keeping your back as straight as possible. Find it a little bit easier to stagger my hands. Breathing out. Keep your back straight. Lifting the knee. Let's do that on the other side. Just swish that brick across. This time, right knee drops down to start off with, and then we want to pull it up by pressing down through that left knee into the brick. So the seesaw is going across the back of the pelvis. Core muscles working. Wow, good. Fantastic, nearly there. Take your legs over to the right. All of this is switched on now. Both legs over to the right. You're rolling slightly forward here. From that glute, we've switched it on. Glute activating, so you're rolling forward. Roll it forward. Now, this is the tricky bit, and you might need a brick just to slide underneath your knee. Rolling forward, you're going to squeeze your glute and pick your knee just up off the ground. You might just slide there. Flex your foot. Now we're doing little donkey kicks backwards. So glutes activated, hips all activated. If you need a rest, there's your brick. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Try and stay relatively upright. Squeeze, little kicks backwards, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Isolated squeezes, yuckity, yuckity, yuck. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Hoo, 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 hoo. And 3, 2, 1, and release. Take this leg forward, bottom leg out. So top and underneath. You might put that brick underneath your elbow just to bring you slightly up here. And so a bit of a stretch. Flexing the foot, heel is up towards the ceiling, and we're just doing little pulses in the thigh. Every time you pulse, we're doing a little lift, 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 lift. Zip, 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 zip. Whew. Good. And then if you want to make it harder, keep it higher and pulse up from a higher position like that. Whew, 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 whew. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Hold, 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 hold. And drop. Other side. Nearly there. 1 more minute or so. All right. Roll the hip forward, release it. It's like the elbows twist. We're going inwards. Roll it forward. Hold it there. Okay. Squeeze the glute. Lift the knee. Maybe slide. Just so you can pop your knee down when you need to. And then lifting, and we're doing a donkey kick back. Squeezing the glutes. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Isolated squeezing. Isometric exercises to strengthen into our glutes and all the stabilizing muscles around the pelvis. Hoo, 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 hoo. Just little and often, little and often, little and often. Fantastic. That is enough. Take that foot on top, left leg underneath, maybe your brick under your forearm, flex the toes, heel up towards the ceiling, and give. Oh my goodness, we're going to feel this. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Fantastic, well done. Nearly there. Let's just give it another 5 or so. Let's see if we can take it up a notch. So from that high position, push, 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 push. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. All right, onto your back. Knees up, big circles. Release those hip joints. Release those rotator muscles around those hip joints. One direction, other direction. Well done. Legs up towards the ceiling, toes towards you. Rub the back of your legs. Turn the toes out and heels together, rub the outside of your legs. Take the legs apart. Pause as soon as you feel that stretch. Rub the inside of your legs. Sigh the breath out. Wiggle the jaw. Relax the muscles of your face. Bend the knees, grabbing hold of wherever you can. Ankles, calves, maybe feet. Shoulders relaxed into the ground and just rocking over your spine. Baby pose. Let your groin be relaxed. Let your tummy be relaxed. Let your jaw be relaxed. Really relax the muscles around your eyes, between your brows. Nice deep breath in. Hold the top of the breath for a beat. Long sigh out. And again. Good. Right ankle on top of left knee. Bring the left knee in. Make a deep stretch here. Rocking. Beautiful. And then maybe even taking it slightly over, letting this toe drop onto the ground. Deep stretch. Right down here. Whew. That's it. Well done. So that can really help with lower back pain. When our hips are weak, glutes are weak, the poor lower back takes the brunt. So just bring that knee in, give yourself a little massaging rock across the pelvis. And then we'll drop the toe and just come over for a slightly deeper stretch into the hip area. Woo, into those glutes. You might need to come back to this one. Very good. Okay, slide both knees on top of each other. Come into a twist, looking over your other shoulder. Breathing in. Sigh the breath out. Split the knees to the other side. Breathing in. Sigh the breath out. That's it. Just take a moment. Hands on belly. Feel the back supported by the floor. Feel the air on your skin. Feel the tingling just underneath the skin surface. As the prana, the life force, the energy is flowing around your body. Activate pelvic floor, zip up through your core, take yourself into a little ball, rock and roll up your spine, activating all of the central nervous system, all the nerves attaching to the spine. So see this as a bit of a reboot of the computer. Then coming all the way up to seated. Fantastic. Give your upper body a swirl. And then stack your head on top of your neck. Just take a moment to feel the length of your spine, groundedness of your pelvis, softness of your face. Fingers out to the side, chin palms. Take a slow, deep breath in, raising fresh energy up and around your body, looking upwards for the top of the breath. And let it go. Excellent. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.